First, I'm going to show you how to create an Apple ID on a computer, which is probably the easiest way. What you'll need to do is Google search create an Apple ID. Click on the first link there that says create an Apple ID, and we'll start entering our information. Remember, we want you to use your PPS email for your Apple ID, so go ahead and put that in. Then you're going to create a password. Also remember that you need to follow Apple's password complexity qualifications in order for your password to be accepted. You'll see them there on the right. You'll then be asked to fill out a security question in order to reset your password if you ever forget it. Please make sure that you remember the answer to this password, because this is one of only 2 ways that you can recover your password. Enter your correct birth date where it says select your birth date, and then you're going to enter your name. Apple's also going to ask for a little background information. They'll ask for your name, your address, whether you want to receive emails on newsletters, things like that. They're also going to want you to fill out a box with numbers and characters in it just to make sure that you're not a robot. So go ahead and do that and hit complete. Then we're going to have to verify that the email address that you set it up with is yours and valid. So go to any search engine or your email address, sign in. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Once you sign in, you should see an email from Apple. We're going to click on that email, and there should be a blue hyperlink labeled Verify Now. We're going to click on that. That's going to direct you to Apple's website, where you're going to have to enter the email address for the Apple ID that you set up and the password that you set up for that Apple ID, which will verify your email address as being correct, and you now officially have an Apple ID. Now I'm going to show you how to set up an Apple ID from your iPad. The first thing that you need to do is locate the App Store app and click on it. Next, click on the Features tab at the bottom left-hand corner of your iPad. Scroll down to the bottom of this page. One of 2 things will happen. There will either be an Apple ID already signed in, or there should be a button that says Sign In. If there's an Apple ID there, click on it and hit Sign Out. Your next step will be to search for a free app of your choice. In this instance, I used a QR code reader. Click on Free next to the app that you'd like. Install App should appear. It will then prompt you to either use an existing Apple ID or create a new one. We're going to create a new one. Apple will then ask you which country you live in and ask you to read their user agreement. You can if you'd like. It's really long. I personally just scroll down to the bottom and click OK. You'll then set up your Apple ID. First, you'll enter your email address that you'd like to use for your Apple ID. Remember, in this case, we're going to use our student email. It always ends with student.pps.net. Next, we're going to create a password. Remember, you have to follow Apple's password complexity protocols in order for your password to be correct. Apple will then ask you to fill out a few security questions. These questions are designed to help you recover your password in the event that you forget it. Remember, we want these questions to be easy for you to remember the answers to, so that you can reset your password. Next, you will be prompted to provide an optional rescue email. This will be an email address that's different from your Apple ID that you can send a password reset to in the event that you forget your password. Enter your birth date. If you'd like to subscribe to the iTunes Store releases or special offers, you can. I prefer not because it gives you spam. Then hit Next. You'll then see your billing information. We're going to select none so you don't have to put a credit card in. Enter your title, your name, and the address that you live in so that you can have a proper Apple ID. Next, it will ask you for a phone number where they can reach you. In this instance, we're going to use the school's phone number here at Roosevelt. If everything goes correct, you should be prompted to verify your email address. You will then navigate to the email address that you set up with your Apple ID. You should have an email from Apple. Click on this email. You should see a highlighted hyperlink saying verify now. We're going to click on that. Re-enter the email address that you set your Apple ID up with and the password that you set for your Apple ID. Then hit verify address. You should be all set. You should get a green check mark and you now have an Apple ID.